Henny the Moore reporting live from the liquor store, and you do see the trap master right here to the right. You see the brother LandLord from Alabama in the building with us, man. What you got going, man?
Salute, man. Salute, man. Hey, you know, I'm just feeling inspired today, man. Now, hey, the Chiefs just won the Super Bowl. We got a whole nother year to win another one. So let's reboot and let's goddamn go get it. That's all I can say. Let's go get it. You good?
Hell yeah. I forgot to do something that I needed to do. You good? We gonna keep talking and chopping up with our folks, man. But salute to everybody out there in the chat box, man. Hey, I'm happy, man. We smoke on that cheese pack, man. And you know,
you mean that Niner pack.
That Niners pack. You know what the hell I meant. The
Absolutely.
Chiefs passed us the pack.
The Chiefs let us get they passed it to us now. Look, don't make no mistake about it. Pat is from Texas, and he a Cowboy fan. He loves Dak. And hey, he held us down 2 years in a row. So let's not act like we ain't happy. We don't rock with Pat. We rock with Pat just this much now. We got the right ATM. He beat our ops in back-to-back Super Bowl. We gotta rock with Pat just that amount. That much right there. Just a little dab. We kind of like Pat because then he from Texas. Just that much. Just that much.
Listen, Patrick Mahomes one of us, man. He like for real, dog. Like
he's a Texan and a Cowboy fan.
Can we be mad at him? He got tweets like this. Can we be mad at him? He got tweets like this on his timeline. Just now getting home, but glad to see my boys doing good. Cowboys Nation, man. This is a Cowboy.
No, he's a Cowboy fan, man.
Cowboy. This is a Cowboys fan that made it professionally.
Let's go. Look, yeah, I heard he be fine, and Dak killing it is a plus.
Yeah.
Man,
come on, man,
bro. You gotta rock with him, bro. You gotta rock with Pat a little bit. He is a Cowboy fan. He's a part of the nation, so can't really hate on Pat, man. He's doing some great things. You know, he's doing some astronomical things. Like for us to even be saying that he on a braided trajectory is absolutely insane. Like that don't even make sense. I can't even compute that, right? So for him to be. How many years he been in the league? 6?
7.
7 years in the league.
6 years started.
6 years in the league then, because I say, you know, since he's been playing on the field, this man has never not went to the AFC Championship. It's AFC Championship at the least with Patrick Mahomes. That is crazy, sir. That is crazy.
You know what's else crazy when you think about what he's done? He's already had a better career than Peyton Manning. If you talk about it like accomplishments, he already done won more Super Bowls. He's got more Super Bowl MVPs. You know what I'm saying? Only thing he ain't done really is get the MVPs, and that's coming.
Did you see how they did our boy Troy? I meant to put that on my show. I ain't have time.
Oh yeah, I seen they dug it up.
You see how they did Troy? They doing Troy. They doing Troy dirty, man.
But hey, listen, Troy said that shit with his whole chest. So
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
you
now
gotta stand on it.
You gotta stand on it at this point. So now that it's happened, now he done got 33% of your
Super Bowl. No, he tied you up.
100% of your Super Bowl, man.
100%. He tied you up.
They really should have pulled this shit after the first championship. That was a 33%, right?
Yeah, true. But now he tied them. That look even crazier. You know what I'm saying? Troy got mad at a little stat. Now we know the stats. We understand the game is played at a totally different way now. So we're not just gonna say, you know, the stats, the uptick in stats in the modern football. We finna explain it now, then, Trey. The uptick in stats in modern football don't necessarily mean that these quarterbacks are better than the old quarterbacks. That just mean that the game. It could possibly mean that the game was just played a different way. It's almost like in the NBA. Like a lot of people give LeBron credit for having more 3-points and more points, but he shot way more 3-pointers than the old players did. And that wasn't saying that they couldn't do it. They just didn't play like that. You know what I'm saying? So that don't really mean that just because he got those numbers over the old players that he was a better shooter than the old players. They just didn't play like that.
But can I
and
say
that's the same. That's the same thing in the NFL. Go ahead.
We always say that for Troy, But we always be forgetting that there was other players putting up numbers when Troy was playing. Like Troy was never a guy,
the greatest. Yeah,
he was never a guy that put up a bunch of numbers in the league. We got to remember,
he did have Emmett right there too, though. Like,
but he couldn't win without Emmett too, and that was the other discussion.
Yeah, we're not crediting him for it. We just saying that he might have not been able to get a bunch of numbers because he got a all-time rusher right there too, though.
I'm just saying, like, Dan Marino was out there throwing for 4,000 yards and 40 touchdowns and shit back in
Marino was different
in his era.
But he was a what you call him? He was like a trailblazer at that time, though.
Fran Tarkenton was throwing for 4,000 yards. Dan Fouts
at that time.
I'm talking. That's not even really trailblazer. I can name like 10 quarterbacks that were putting up better stats than Troy Aikman back then.
I ain't saying. I'm talking about like Dan Marino was special. That's what I'm saying. He was special doing that.
You don't even know who the hell Fran Tarkenton is.
He was the Colts quarterback, right?
No, Fran Tarkenton was the Vikings quarterback.
Oh, okay. Nah, I don't know that.
I'm
thinking about somebody else. It's so old, nigga. I was born in '86.
Hold on, man. Hold on. I know you say you weren't nefarious no more. You have hitting.
Well, I was born in '86. What you talking about?
I'm just
Did he have a leather helmet or what?
No, he didn't have no leather helmet. I'm just saying, like, we be giving Troy these passes, talk about it's a different era when people in his era was putting up numbers. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I ain't doing that. I'm just saying, even Troy ain't the only example either, though. It was other quarterbacks who had suppressed passing numbers as well.
In the 70s. Troy played in the 90s. And we act like Troy Aikman retired in 1990. This man played in the early 2000s. Y'all know that, right? Troy Aikman still played in the early 2000s. He was bad, but he was still playing in the early 2000s. I need us to stop acting like Troy Aikman played before we can remember. I remember Troy Aikman being washed up and shit.
But you see how they boost him up though, because he got them 3 rings.
That's the point. And
that's what all these other players need to realize. Like, we don't care about you as an individual to that degree. But if you win a championship, they gonna worship the ground you walk on.
And that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything crazy about Troy Aikman. I'm just saying Troy did not put up numbers like that.
Oh, you taking shots over there, boy. You got a bazooka over there. You woke up on the wrong side of the Troy Aikman debate right now. So hey, go ahead.
I'm just saying,
Cowboy Nation, y'all at Henny the Moore, not landlord. I ain't do it.
Listen, I'm just saying, the only thing that Troy got to stand on is his championships. Is the team success.
That's all that counts for real.
I mean, that all that counts, but is that really on Troy? Could Dan Fouts have did that with the Dallas Cowboys and that roster?
It shouldn't be on the quarterback anyway, though.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out
there. Losses, they attach it to the quarterback.
Why are you trying to fight for Troy so hard, man?
I ain't fighting for Troy. I'm fighting for. I said any quarterback shouldn't just get wins and losses like that.
I'm just listen. You ain't let me finish my train of thought. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, damn.
My bad. Go ahead. I'm trying to save you, because Cowboy Nation.
I don't give a damn about that. I don't.
Coming for your ass.
They can come for me how much they want. Troy know what the hell he did and didn't do in the goddamn field. That's all I'm saying. Like, how hard was your job to hand the ball off to Emmitt Smith, my nigga? That's all I want to ask y'all.
Yikes.
But continuing on, though, man, we had
how good was he then before we start? Like, at a scale of 1 to 10, what would you put him? 10 being the greatest.
He's probably a 7.
That's pretty damn good.
I'm not trying to take anything away from Troy Aikman. I'm just saying, like, people disregard him not putting up numbers because he won. And use the area that he played in as an excuse when I've seen plenty of other guys put up great numbers.
So what you saying that he should leave? He should shut up talking to Pat.
That's pretty much what I'm trying to say.
He should have never started with Pat. That's what you're saying.
That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. Like,
okay.
my guy, like,
I can agree to that.
Listen, Troy Aikman is one of the best winners in league history. Troy Aikman was a leader of men, and he showed up when you needed him to show up. I'm just saying, you know, in totality, when he's up here arguing with these other quarterbacks, putting up numbers, like, you can't use the era I played in shit as an excuse why you didn't put up numbers.
Let's hit the Kevin Samuels. Let's take 7 away. You can't have 7. So where would he be? Because that's gonna tell you a lot. Was he? Are you leaning? That's yeah. We finna put that pressure on you. Are you leaning more towards an 8 or a 6? Take 7 away.
I lean more towards an 8. Because he got results. Listen, I'm not taking anything away from Troy Aikman. I'm just saying, in the grand scheme of things, when you look back and we try and make these comparisons to these other players, I get tired of hearing it's a different era. It's a different era. It's a different era. Man,
what about my basketball analogy? Do you agree with that?
And what?
What I said, that players didn't play that way. They didn't shoot. They didn't chunk up a lot of threes every day. They just didn't do that.
I mean, listen, there wasn't even a 3-point line at some point, so it's different.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so yeah, because that's what I'm saying. The point differential is a little inflated because of the way they play the game. Like, they jack up threes left and right. It's really stupid. Like, it's really like the dumbest form of basketball of all time to me, if you ask me. Really, honestly. But you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, and listen, I love Troy Aikman. Like, all the championships I've seen in my life. Because I didn't see the 70 championships. All the championships I've seen in my life, Troy Aikman won. So I have nothing bad to say about Troy Aikman, man.
Except for all the stuff you just said. I'm just
damn. I got some bad shit to say about you, too.
That boy he came out here with Troy Aikman, hit him up this track. That boy hit the ether of Troy Aikman, boy. Good, great.
Man, I'm just saying, man.
We just playing, man. We love Troy. We love Cowboys.
We love Troy, man. But, you know, I don't know. You just can't use that excuse for me. Like, he had a role on this team. We would not have won without him. He made plays we needed him to make. I'm just saying I don't like the thought process of he only didn't do that because of the error.
So what you saying is Troy Aikman is Draymond Green.
Don't do that. You putting shit in my mouth.
In the Warriors dynasty, you just described Draymond Green. That's what you did. Is he Clay? Or is he Draymond Green? Who is he then? Because that's what you just say that. What you just said one more time. He was a leader. He came to play. He did what he supposed to did.
I said he showed up in big moments. Draymond Green was out there.
Did that too.
Man, hold on now. Don't do that. Don't do Troy like that now.
Draymond did that too.
I done opened up the wrong can. I'm sorry, y'all.
That's Draymond Green,
man,
bro.
We done went too far now. He got him comparing my nigga to Draymond. We can't even do it.
Is it Klay Thompson?
I'll at least give him Klay, because Emmitt Smith, Steph Curry. I ain't gonna say
Emmitt Steph.
Emmitt Smith, Steph Curry. Or Durant, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah.
He's either Steph or KD. He's one of those, man.
Yeah.
But man,
that was interesting right there. I might have to clip that. Go ahead.
It was. But I had an argument with you, man. You were talking about, I was in the trap and I heard you talking about the defensive lines of the Kansas City Chiefs and how you weren't really a fan of them and shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
I'm talking about pure pass rush, like I beat this guy and win. And not Dorrance Armstrong type stuff. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying though. I'm just trying to say it like this. In terms of like defensive line for defensive line, name one player on the Dallas Cowboys defensive line that's better than Kalafdis. George Kalafdis.
I mean, I'm talking about pass rush.
I am
not the full player.
I am. I'm talking about pass rush.
Micah Parsons.
Outside of Micah Parsons, man, like that's a gimme.
Come on now. What you mean? Then?
That's a gimme. That's a damn gimme.
I was making a comparison saying that we needed Chris Jones, and I feel like we'll be more effective with Chris Jones because I like our pass rushers better. I do. And Micah Parsons is a part of that.
Okay, and Chris Jones is a part of their pass rush, is what I'm saying to you.
He's a neutral figure because I'm making a case that he needs to be over here.
No, that's not really. See, we're arguing two different things.
That's the point. Yeah, I'm saying I'm making a case of how effective he could be on our line. That's what I'm saying. Because I said I like our defensive ends better than I like theirs. That's what I'm saying. So I can't exclude Micah. He would be a part of the equation.
And I just feel like you disrespected the Chiefs defensive line because them boys.
I mean, okay, look, maybe they did it later on. Well, maybe they did it all season. Cause I was watching a lot of Chiefs games too. But I'm gonna say this: in the Super Bowl, I wasn't seeing too much edge pressure like that. And I understand Trent Williams is gangster, but on the other side, it was no pressure coming over them.
I mean, they're down one of their best pass rushers. I would expect for them not to have the same kind of pressure. He tore his ACL before the Super Bowl.
Who?
He had an African name. I can't pronounce these people's name like that.
Leave
Landlord.
me alone,
I am from
Leave me
Arkansas,
alone. Leave me
sir.
alone, then.
I am from Arkansas. I cannot pronounce that man's name like that.
Leave me alone then. So hey, we don't know who he is. You know what I'm saying?
We can't pronounce his name. I know who he is. It's like you seen somebody you went to school with. You recognize the face, but but you know. But yeah, I think it's more so like the defensive scheme. Like I like Spags what he does for this.
Yeah.
And you got to remember how he made his bones in the league, man. He was the Giants DC when they toppled Tom Brady and them back then.
Yeah.
Beat the best offense in history. That's what that was his calling card.
He held mousing them down. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing. Whether you think that the Dallas Cowboys have more talent or have a better edge in this, what we cannot say is that we have a better defensive coordinator. And I think that's the shit, and that's the shit that holds it all together.
Well, yeah, true.
Yeah, he said, Joseph said slags. Yeah, and I think that's what we need, man. He said, HTM, do you think any of the Kansas City Super Bowl teams would beat the 92 or 93 Cowboys? That's tough because the 92 and 93 Cowboys had defense. It's tough.
They had a dominant offensive line too,
and they had Emmitt Smith, who was the best rusher of the football I ever seen. I know people love Barry Sanders, but I'm talking about production.
Yeah, shit, you can't take away from what Emmett resume says.
Exactly.
That's the same argument I make for Jerry and Mouse, because Jerry got the accolades and the numbers, but you know I love Mouse though, bro. I'm sorry, like
individual player,
phenomenal person. Like that dude was different, but like you can't take away from what Jerry did with the accomplishments and the numbers. Like he is the GOAT. You got to give him that. But you know. I like Mouse. You know?
Yeah, Mouse super hard.
Mouse, that dude in my era, Mouse was that guy, bro.
Yeah, it was three.
Doing no shit like that.
It was really just three receivers. We all know it was Jerry Rice, it was Terrell Owens, and it was Randy Moss. That was it.
Michael Irvin too, though. But
I mean, playmaker because he was here. But
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Playmaker because he was here. But you know,
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm a diehard Cowboy fan. I've been a Cowboy fan since I was in elementary school. Like when I grew up watching TV, the first stuff I seen on there as far as football go was Cowboys. So I'm gonna say that. But when I caught the ball, I'd be like, I'm Mouse.
Everybody said Mouse. We went on top.
Mouse on me. So you know, I'm just being real. Like that was my guy, bro. That was my guy.
Man, it's like everybody said Kobe. You could be a diehard Michael Jordan fan. When you fade away, it's Kobe, nigga.
Yeah.
Kobe.
Yeah. He was just that dude for me, bro. And it is what it is, though. So that's why I say it's the same argument.
I believe so too, man. So I really want to parallel this, man. What can the Dallas Cowboys learn from the Kansas City Chiefs, man? What can they learn from the Kansas City Chiefs and how they went out there and won this Super Bowl?
That defense is very paramount in your success. Because one thing I say, Pat Mahomes wasn't on fire the whole game. Pat Mahomes struggled, looked like Dak at the beginning of the game. If we want to be real,
really
can we say that?
Yep.
Can we? Is that fair? I know Pat is great. I know he's the GOAT. But can we be fair and say Pat looked very pedestrian, very average at the beginning of the game? Man. I think that's fair. I really do. But the difference is they defense kept them in the game.
And listen, this piggybacks on everything we were just saying. The Chiefs played the number 2, the number 3, the number 4, and the number 6 offenses in the playoffs. They averaged combined about 28.3 points per game this season, right? So number 2 scoring offense, number 3, number 4, and number 6. The Kansas City Chiefs held them boys to an average of 15.8 points in the playoff run. So in theory, Spags shaved off 12.5 points for the best offense in the National Football League. That's what I mean when I say defense be winning championships, man. So the offense was dope. They didn't play no Rudy Poo ass offense that was sputtering or anything like that. They didn't play the Giants. They didn't play the Kansas City Chiefs without a quarterback like the Philadelphia Eagles did. They played the league MVP. They played Tua and them, who put up some of the best numbers in the league. They played Josh Allen. I know that he a turnover machine, but he had damn near 50 touchdowns. So they played some damn good offenses on this run, and they stagnated them, man. They completely took these other teams' offenses out the game, and we can't say that. right? We can't say that for the Dallas Cowboys.
One more thing you'll notice. Even when Pat threw an early interception, the way they just dogged Dak for doing that game, the beginning of that game was literally like a mirror from the Cowboys and Packers, bro. No lie. It was a mirror. Think about this. Dak struggled, Pat struggled. CeeDee Lamb and Dak got into it. Pat and Rashee Rice got into it. And Kelsey and Andy Reid got into it. Pat threw an early interception. Dak threw an early interception.
I want you to throw in that the interception was on their own side of the field too. I want you
on their own side of the field. The only difference was the defense stepped up. The defense didn't allow nothing. That's the difference, bro. So like, am I wrong for that? Mm-hmm. Let me know, am I wrong for that though? Cause I seen it's a nice parallel between the two first halves. The only difference is KC got their act together because their defense bought them time.
And hey, Trey, Eli Manning looked just like that both his Super Bowl runs. That dude just got a fucked up face when shit going crazy. that don't mean he can't come out of it. I see Eli look like he eat crayons the entire time on the sideline. They're looking long in the goddamn face.
He got a crazy face, boy. Forrest Gump
still figured it out. And this is another thing. Kansas City only scored 25 points in 5 quarters. Because we got to count overtime. So in 5 quarters of football, the Kansas City offense only scored 5 points, and they still won the goddamn game. Must be nice.
Must be nice, boy.
Must be nice, though.
Look, Tyrone Church, he said Andy Reid had to calm them down by running the ball. Could Mike McCarthy do that?
He should have been able to do it.
Could he do it, though? Did we have the ability to do that?
I mean, no. Like
we couldn't run the ball, man.
From a personnel standpoint, we didn't have people to run the ball.
No.
Yeah, listen, we're not wrong about this. We sat up here and told y'all about this defense giving up there near 30 points a game when we played teams with winning records. They played 4 of the best offenses in the league, and they only were giving up 15 points, really. Under 16 points a game.
That's another difference we've seen. San Fran was looking like us with the penalties. They was doing a lot of boneheaded stuff. They was screwing up. Who looked like the most mature team? When they had the lead, they was doing stupid stuff. And I never had a doubt that the Chiefs was gonna win that game. Like, no lie, even 10-0, I was like, the way they doing it, they just screwing up, they doing goofy stuff. I'm like, bro, they finna find a way to lose this game. They was acting like the immature team.
Yeah, they played awful. And shout out to my boy Numbhead Neal in the building, man. I know he came in here and slapped the shit out of 1,000 of those 30 motherfuckers.
So slapped a lot of people.
Listen, my man's hand got to go into the Hall of Fame at this point. He been putting in work for real, man.
Straight up.
My boy Columbus Hill, no, you're not wrong, landlord. Kansas defense keep the 49ers playing with their food. I said the same thing, man.
They did the same thing against Baltimore. Baltimore and KC, neither one of them scored for a long time. So, like, that just show you, I believe this still reign true, though, right here. Nobody gave up more points than the Cowboys in the whole playoffs.
Nobody.
Even if you take away the pick 6. Yeah, that what you were finna say?
Yeah, I'm finna say, even if you take away both picks, right? If both those, that gave them 14 points, nobody still gave up the damn 34 points to the Dallas Cowboys defense gave up. Even if you count.
Don't say that. That gave them 7 points.
Yeah, I'm just saying, even if you give him both picks, I know he only gave him 7. I'm just saying, even if you account both picks as 14.
You being nice. Yeah.
Even if you want to be nice about this shit.
But I'm just saying,
like, they gave up 34. They gave up 41. Really,
after we set up and watch playoff football, that don't necessarily mean you supposed to give up 7 points, bro.
Nah, you ain't supposed to give up no ass like that.
You could have kicked the field goal.
Because you know what happened on that drive when Dak Prescott threw a pick on his own side of the field? Do you realize that the Green Bay Packers got a holding call, and it was like 1st and 20 as a 1st and goal for them, and we gave up like 18 yards on one play, and they got right into the end zone. Yeah, so they were in position to make a stop and force the field goal, and you gave up a big play on the first play after the penalty. They were awful. And we can't keep using excuses like that, because we've seen other teams be in similar situations and rebound. We saw the Kansas City offense drive the length of the field and fumble in the red zone. We saw Patrick Mahomes throw a pick on his own side of the field, and his defense stepped the fuck up.
Facts.
Even Lamar Jackson got strip sacked in the shadows of his own goalpost, and his defense forced a turnover. They didn't give up no points.
No points. Shit, Pat Mahomes defense, them boys they was literally in the red zone, like in the end zone, and fumbled the ball. And now, you know what I'm saying, they give up no points. So, like, you need stuff like that to happen, man. But, like, let's not just make it like a foregone conclusion that they was supposed to give up those points, and that's not true, y'all. It's very not true.
It's very not true. Because you're allowed to force a turnover. You're allowed to force a field goal. You're allowed to force, if they want to be extra aggressive and go for it on fourth down, you're allowed to get a turnover on downs. You ain't got to give up that ass.
Put up that Goose Woodson. That's a dope name too. So I'm thinking he talking about the Cowboy player. But KC gave up 2 turnovers but 0 points. They got nothing off that interception and nothing off that fumble.
Because they hard. It be like
that. That says a lot.
That says a lot. And give some credit to the 49ers defense too. Because when Christian McCaffrey fumbled, they forced a 3 and out. The only time they gave up points on a turnover was when the dude muffed the punt on their side of the field. So they also had 2 turnovers and they only allowed 7 points.
That was 1 play touchdown too. Like that was crazy. That was crazy.
And I knew it. I knew it was going to be a touchdown with the moment I saw that they lined up in zone in the red zone. Like, oh yeah, he finna take a shot, middle of the field, wide the hell open.
Yeah, that was crazy. And boom, 1 play touchdown, changed the whole game off a muff plant. And that was is that not some of that unfortunate stuff that happened to Dallas, bro? Like that went really no execution error for them. Like that was just unfortunate, bro. The ball hit the back of that man's foot,
and he had to touch it.
Yeah, he had to try. Now you wouldn't want him to fall on the ball. That's the L he took. But you know how they train the players, right?
Yeah.
You know how they train the players in that situation.
What, to just fall on the ball?
No, like the skill position guy's supposed to pick it up. Like they really tell them that. And the big guy's supposed to fall on the ball. But I think it's still a deciding, like it's still a moment in time where they supposed to fall on it too, though. You know what I'm saying? So they actually do train them to pick up the ball when you're a skill position smaller guy. They tell you to scoop it. But when you're a big guy, they tell you to just fall on the ball. You know what I'm saying?
That makes
so
sense.
it is kind of like what they coach to do. But in that situation, you might have to just go ahead and fall on the ball.
I agree with that. And Trey, this is the thing though. We just seen the 2 best teams in football turn the ball over multiple times in the Super Bowl. So I agree, you would want not to turn the ball over, but that's not really what happens when you play another good team. There are gonna be guys that get clamped the hell up on a route. There's gonna be fumbles. There's gonna be interceptions. That don't mean to give up fighting and give up that ass. That's what the Dallas Cowboys defense be doing. They like, here, damn, get the ass.
Do y'all know what this really shows me though? Honestly. We've been demanding Dak to be perfect.
Yeah.
We really have. And that's not realistic in the playoffs. You need somebody. Look, he might have needed a little time. And I've been, man, you if you follow me, you done heard what I said about that. I'm not taking up for him. But I just see these other quarterbacks getting the benefit of the doubt. They are. Lamar played a terrible first half in that game. Didn't do nothing. His defense held him down. Pat played a bad game in the beginning of that game. Defense held him down. Did the same thing this week. You know what I'm saying?
Brock Purdy in the Lions game, he was bad in the first half. And they still had time. He came back and won. He was bad in the first half of the Green Bay game, and they still found a way to come back and win that game.
Defense give you extra chances. They supposed to give you chances to get it right. When Dak came out slow, his defense laid down. His defense laid down, and then not even that he came out slow. His defense laid down before he touched the field.
You know what I'm saying? He came into a deficit, and this thing we know is. And listen, Dak Prescott, when he goes into these games, he know it's always all on him and CeeDee Lamb, because you have not had a 100-yard rusher in a playoff game since 2018. Last time
was what? Ezekiel Elliott.
Yes, that was in the Seattle Seahawks game. Ezekiel Elliott gave you 100-something yards. He got shut down in the very next week though when we played the Rams. He had like 20-something yards, 30-something.
They had like a run party on us.
They had two running backs that went over 100 yards,
and that was Dak fault too, huh?
Yep. 2021.
I promise you, I'm not taking up for Dak.
Yeah.
Never. I'm not doing that ever.
2021. Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard got shut the fuck down by the 49ers. Dak Prescott was the second leading rusher on that team that game. We got 100. We barely got 100 yards in the Tampa Bay game, but that was all Dak Prescott and CD Lamb and them. Like Dak's pass for 5 touchdowns that game. The running game came later, so you can't really count that one. And then we all know that no running back showed up this game. So all I'm saying is, when you know it's all on you in a playoff game, you're not going to get any help for your run game. Most of the time, you're not going to get help from your defense. Really, it's tough, man. You're going to come out there and probably press. And listen, I said to get rid of Dak Prescott right after the playoff game. I was mad as fuck.
Me too.
But as time passed and you look at some of the things that go on around the league and other situations that other quarterbacks are in and how things play out and what their defense and offensive coordinator do for them, like, it's not really comparable what the hell we
I guarantee you Dak walking around looking like with his hands are like, what, why I couldn't get that? Like, I ain't gonna lie, like they said, with more information, you should be able to change your mind a little bit. You should.
And we still believe Dak Prescott can probably play better. But we also know that the style of play that we're asking to play is not conducive for us to win.
It's not really reality all the time. Like, we can't expect Dak to just go out there on fire and score touchdowns every drive. Like, and that's what he would have had to do to beat the Green Bay Packers. No lie. He would have had to score a touchdown on every drive.
Yo, shout out to Robert Howard for the $5 super chat. He said, you guys have that hot fish grease cooking right now. Agree 100%. Thank you for the love, my boy. Thank you for the love.
Appreciate you.
But yeah, that's why our defense gotta get together, man. So, and let's spin it around to the Kansas City Chiefs and what their defensive coordinator asked them to do and what our defensive coordinator asked us to do. So we were talking about how blitz heavy they were. Let me ask you a question. Who do you think blitzes more, the Kansas City Chiefs or the Dallas Cowboys?
I know Spaz, like, his style is blitzing, but I think he kind of calculated with it because he was blitzing the hell out of Lamar Jackson. But it's game time to game. It's game to game with him. So I don't think we were blitzing that much either. I mean, that's close. I don't know. I'd say it's probably some weird stuff that we blitz more. I bet.
It is. That is
it don't seem right, but yeah.
Cause let me break it down to you by percentages and shit, right? Cause because you had got me to thinking like, yeah, they be blitzing the shit out them boys.
Yeah, it's game to game and it's situational.
So the Dallas Cowboys coming into the postseason, all right. Coming to the postseason, the Dallas Cowboys brought 5-man pressure 27.6% of the time, which is second most in the National Football League. They bring 6-man pressures to 26 least. Right.
Say that one more time. My bad.
The Dallas Cowboys bring 5-man pressure, the second most of any team in the National Football League. So they bring one extra guy more than anybody else. The difference in between the strategy is that we only bring 6 or more 3.9% of the time, which is 26. The Chiefs bring 5, 11%, 21.6% of the time. And then the Chiefs bring 6 or more 7.8% of the time, which is the ninth most in the National Football League.
So I see what's going on.
So
they really sending heat.
We're not as aggressive as them.
Yeah, we send heat, but they sending heat.
They sending your cousin, your mama, and your grandmama to jump that boy.
Exactly. I'm telling you, I've seen it, bro. Spaz ain't playing over there. Like when he played Jalen Hurts, when he played Lamar Jackson. Well, them boys were coming out the edge on him. They had McDuffie coming out the slot a bunch of times. Like, I was jealous. I went to Twitter. I'm like, bro, we need to do that against Jalen, bro. I said, we need to send him because I wanted to match that athleticism. Like, look, I'm going to say all kind of crazy stuff about Jalen because I don't believe in him as a quarterback. I've been pretty stagnant on that. Like, I ain't going, I'm going to die on that hill. I looked crazy last year, but how about this year? So, okay.
Spot on this year.
Look, how about this year? It looked crazy last year, but how about this year? So I stand on the fact that I never believed in Jalen like that from Bama days. But let's not play about it. Like, he's a great athlete now. He's a great athlete. Like, he's a great athlete. So when you sending in all those normal DBs, I mean defensive ends and stuff and defensive tackles, that's light work to him. Like, he looking at that like these guys don't have a chance to tackle me. But when you start matching that athleticism, that's when you get them athletic quarterbacks a problem. Like, when you sending a DB at Lamar Jackson, like, he ain't as, like, he's more athletic than them too, but it ain't that big of a differential no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? The difference between Lamar Jackson and a defensive end, that's probably like a 10-point athleticism difference. You know what I'm saying? The difference between Lamar Jackson and a DB athletic advantage might be about a 5. I don't know, about a 3 or 4. What you think? About a 2 or 3. It ain't that big of a difference.
Man,
what you think? He's different though. Lamar a little different. But if I did Jalen Hurts, that differential between Jalen and a defensive end, that might be about a 6-7 point difference. If I did Jalen and a DB, that might be a 1 or 2 difference. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So he can match his athleticism if he coming at him. Like, he just can't act like it's casual and just throw the ball where he want to. He gonna have to really make some decisions and be decisive. So I love matching their athleticism with them DBs and stuff. Like, that's brilliant.
Yeah, and this the thing. This is also the difference between us. Because you remember we were talking, about the general stats, about they had this many sacks and they had that many sacks. I broke down how many sacks are actually contributed by the defensive lines for both our teams, right? So if you look at the Kansas City Chiefs, you look at the Kansas City Chiefs, their defensive line accounted for 44 of their sacks, and they ended the season with 57, right? The Dallas Cowboys defensive line accounted for 43.5 sacks, and we only ended up with 46. So the other guys, the linebackers that are non-existent, the safeties, the defensive backs are the ones that are not actually getting pressure in Dallas. The defensive line is doing their job, but you don't put linebackers on the field, so they're not going to get no sacks. You don't bring your safeties enough, they're not going to get no sacks. You don't really bring the nickel blitz like that, even though Donovan Wilson and Jordan Lewis have shown that they can do it. You don't bring it.
That's dumb.
Yeah, so
let's just call that what that is. That's dumb. You ain't sending Dono?
They listen.
That's dumb.
Donovan Wilson had 5 sacks the year before he signed his contract. This year he came back. He got what, 1?
How else can I describe it?
Don't make sense to me.
That's dumb, bro. Donovan Wilson is a physical safety. Let him go get after the quarterback sometimes. Now look, for people that's scared to do them risky blitzes, that's what won the Chiefs the Super Bowl last night.
Yep. And that's another thing I was talking about schematically. Listen, he didn't really telegraph a lot of shit. Like, there was some time where the obvious guy came that actually worked to his advantage, but they sent McDuffie on a corner blitz. Before the ball was snapped, he actually took 2 steps back like he was finna fall into coverage, and then made a damn beeline right toward the quarterback after the ball was snapped. So he didn't even reveal that he was coming until the last damn second. So that's damn good coaching if you're being honest. Actually being calculated. So if you're able to conceal where the pressure is coming from, and you can't get those guys blocked up, that's when you'll see those knockdowns, those quarterback hits, those blitzes that end up in sacks and strip sacks and shit like that. You got to be calculated and have a good scheme. And you can't just bring your front. You just can't bring one linebacker. You can't just bring one corner. You might have to bring 6 or 7 sometimes. You might have to throw 0 out there. So that's what I'm getting at, man. Like, the Dallas Cowboys should, in theory, be able to do some of the things that the Chiefs do. We just don't do it, especially with the amount of big nickel that we play. You got athletes on the field. What
is Donovan Wilson's biggest attribute as a safety?
Physicality, sacking the quarterback,
being aggressive and being, physical, laying a hit on somebody. Why would you not send him sometimes on them big time 3rd down plays and stuff? You seen Spags. Spags knew when to do it, and it was effective. He knew when to do it, and it was effective. Give me an old man DC. Everybody talking about their age. Spaz an old man too.
I take it back. I don't think Donovan Wilson had a single sack this season after having 5 in 2022. That really what got him paid. In 2022, Donovan Wilson had 101 tackles, 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery, and a pick. Right? And I know he was hurt. I know he didn't play as many games, but for this man not to have a single sack, you not to really utilize him like that, like it's sort of damning in my opinion. That's his best. That's his strong suit. You brought this man
attribute.
You brought this man back to have him play coverage,
and that ain't even what he do well.
Yeah, Dan Quinn was trying to get the hell out of Dodge with the way he was coaching.
He was coaching like an op. That's what it seemed like to me now. The more and more I look at it, the more and more I feel like he was coaching like an op. Then you go take a job with our rival and then try to steal our coaching staff. Like, yeah, he's shaping up real oppish to me. Like, that's just my opinion.
Exactly. Andy Reid and Spags are both old men. So you know what? I ain't even tripping about the age disparity no more.
Get that age stuff out of here, man. Them boys know what they doing. They know what they doing.
He said 49ers going to trade Debo. I trade his crying ass too. He did all that shit talking to end up on the sideline crying again.
What I said today, I said that boy walked in with a boombox, left out with tears on his face.
he walked in, that motherfucker playing Lil Nas X, and he played like a bitch.
I don't want to hear that. Then, man, it was so eerie. He felt like he was just hurt. Then next thing you know, he back walking around. Like, these dudes, like, are they trained to do that? I don't know.
So let me ask about defensive coordinator, because, we were talking about this. Rex Ryan has reportedly re-entered the conversation with Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy. Ryan said yesterday that he reached out directly to McCarthy to make him aware of his interest in becoming the Dallas defensive coordinator. And according to Pat McAfee, the Dallas Cowboys loved Rex Ryan. Mike Zimmer's deal isn't done yet, and they've reached back out to Rex Ryan, allegedly, according to Adam Schefter.
Reached back out?
They said they reached back out, man.
They spent back?
They spun the block.
I ain't get that report yet. I was still alive now. Wait a minute.
They said they spun the block.
Don't tell me the Cowboys said they sent that hey big head text now. Don't tell me that.
Man.
Oh man.
And listen,
they might be leaning. Is they hitting up Zimmer? Did they hit Zimmer back?
Zimmer probably wants some bread. Mike McCarthy, one of the lowest paid coaches in the league. So imagine what they trying to pay their assistant coaches and shit.
They gonna have to pay Rex too, though. Rex coming off of TV. I know he makes some money. He making easy money.
Yeah, but Rex might want an opportunity.
He said he want that stage. You heard what he said on my show?
Mm-hmm.
He said he want that stage. You know what I'm saying? And that's alarming because it sounds like he chasing clout. But I think people like that, they ready for the moment, though. You better be ready for that stage. If you want it, you know what I'm saying? That means you ready for it. Because a lot of people just run away from the stage. If you ain't like that, you ain't trying to get no stage. You know what I'm saying? Well, if you don't believe you like that, like them entertainers, if they don't feel too confident in their singing ability or rapping ability, when it comes to the stage, they might be stage fright. They might, choke. They might hit the B-Rabbit. But you got to be confident for that stage. So I believe he might be ready, though.
I mean, his daddy is Buddy Ryan, man. He was the coach of the 80s Bears. He won 2 championships, coordinating two of the best defenses in league history. So he built for it. That's what he wants. He got a legacy he's trying to live up to. So if you win a title in Dallas, you can get your name up there by your daddy. And I think that's one of the things that go into it.
Yeah.
When you think about it, he's from a coaching family, from a coaching tree with prestige. So, and listen, he's coached in big markets. The New York market is huge. He coached for the Jets. The Jets are still a relevant team somehow, but without having won a title since the 70s.
Facts.
So shit, it just comes with it. So I think he's built for it. If he can handle the New York media, he can handle Dallas.
True. He's a wild character. So it's gonna have y'all want to have that doctor visit talk. Are y'all ready for the Dallas doctor visit?
Let's talk about it.
Let me know. Or do y'all want to y'all don't want to get mad today? What y'all want to know? Let me know. Are y'all ready for that doctor visit? When I say doctor visit, if you new here, that means, you know, that real conversation that I can't lie to you about. I can't tell you at 100% great health when I know you got some stuff going on with you. So I got to tell the truth. Let me know if y'all ready for that doctor visit. Because
quit playing, man. I'm down. Come on.
I smell something. Think about this. A lot of the fan base is very much so tapped out on the hype and all the crap that go along with the Cowboys now. A lot of people like, man, I'm tired of it. I've been seeing it enough. I'm done. You got to show me something tangible. So now when you think about this, what would turn them bright lights back on Dallas more than hiring Rex Ryan? Is he not a star, a polarizing figure as a coach? Is he not going to bring a spectacle along with him?
He'll bring a spectacle along. And it'll get everybody talking.
Circus along with Rex Ryan.
It'll definitely get everybody talking.
This might be that this might be that Jerry Jones move, that splash. That sound like a splash. That sound like a Jerry move. So hey, that's your doctor visit right there. We might do that, and it ain't for the right things. You know what I'm saying? It's not even meant for football success. It's for more of the publicity stunt. So, hey man, that's your doctor visit. That's the potential BS, the potential wee-woo, shout out to Boss, that could be associated with this move. So keep that in mind. Let me know if you agree or disagree. But I think that's something to think about.
I'll say this as well, because we talk about distractions. Do y'all remember the White House back in the 90s for our Dallas Cowboys that were winning championships? Do you remember Lawrence Taylor used to go and smoke crack after the NFL games?
Wow.
Do you remember all the coke and hoes that the Dallas Cowboys had in the 90s?
Wait a minute, man. Nefarious hand strikes again.
I'm just stating facts. I'm not trying to say anything crazy, but we as the fans only care about distractions when the team's not winning. Like, you can have all the distractions in the world as long as you come in and put in the work. Right? We up here mad at Michael Parsons about a damn podcast when folks are out here doing hard drugs and have 50,000 hoes. Back in the 90s. That's all I'm saying. We are concerned about a podcast.
We don't care when you're winning, though. Yeah.
And the character of a coach when they had 1,000 distractions. The only reason that we care about it is because they ain't been winning games.
Social media mess it up worse though here. Social media amplify all that. You can get away with your nefariousness back in the day. Did you hear that was Darren Wilson or Michael Irvin? One of them was like, boy, we would have been terrible in social media. He said we wouldn't have won these rings if we had social media back then. So hey, I believe so. Like it's a different time, but I agree with you though. Like if they was able to handle it, because the timeline don't make it not a distraction. They still going to do coke. So you know what I'm saying? It's still a distraction. So
it's a distraction. It just, are you able to handle distractions? It's the thing. It's not so much as distraction. Like your whole life when you're a celebrity is a distraction. You really can't go out in public the same way that you used to when you're a household name. Your private life ain't really your private life. You know what I'm saying? Like you got your own TV, folks with paparazzi pressing you and stuff. You know, your family want all your money. You know, like you grew up together with your third cousin. Now he need a loan for this business.
He always need one.
Like everybody in the world that's in the NFL has some form of distractions. So our issue is we just know about the distractions in the social media day. Like all these dudes got things they want to do in their spare time. And when we think about it even further, like most of these dudes got podcasts. Travis Kelce just won a Super Bowl, and he been on a podcast every week with his brother, right? Fred Warner has a podcast. He just played in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Amon-Ra St. Brown got a podcast. He went to the NFC Championship game. So the thing I'm saying is we're the ones that are heightening the stuff and making it more of a distraction by talking about it all the time. Like all these dudes got lives outside of football. Our thing is when we lose, we want them to go into a cave with no Wi-Fi, away from their wife and kids, and just look at tape all day. And it's not really life or realistic. That's all I'm saying. Like their teams have been successful with more distractions.
Pat Mahomes and them doing commercials every day.
Man, I see Pat Mahomes more than I see some of my family members.
Straight up.
Hey, I see Patty more than I see some of my cousins. Like, dang, cuz, I ain't seen you in months. I see Pat
Mahomes all the time.
Every day. I see Pat Mahomes every day, man.
So hey, it ain't necessarily meaning that, you supposed to be able to operate in hostile environments too. It's a little difficult. It's a little more difficult in Dallas, though. I feel like, just being real, it's a little more difficult here.
I agree.
That still don't mean you can't do it. Somebody got to be able to do it.
Somebody got to break the mold. Why not us? But Moneybags, to answer your question, these are some of the free agent linebackers that are available this free agency. Devin White, Patrick Queen, Josie Jewell, Bobby Wagner, Jordan Hicks, Levante David, Devin Bush, Denzel Perryman, Zach Cunningham. I'm not even gonna mention Shaquille Leonard. Like, he can stay where he at. Willie Gay, Quan Alexander, Anthony Walker. So there's plenty. And then
Willie Gay was hurt too.
Yeah, he was
hurt too.
He was hurt, and he was part of the Chiefs
Pass
defense.
rush.
Yeah,
He was pass rushing too.
He said, "Who stay you got into?" I don't know what you mean, my brother, but thank you for tapping in with us. And LandLord, let me ask you. I know you're gonna say Bobby Wagner, so I'm gonna just take that one away from you. That's the obvious one. Outside of Bobby Wagner, who would you bring in? I want Bobby Wagner. So the second linebacker you would bring in.
I wouldn't mind Devin White. I wouldn't mind Devin White or Levante David. Which one the youngest? I get them confused.
Devin White is the youngest, but he's also not the true middle linebacker.
Okay, well, I'll take Levante David. And who else? I think Devin Bush all right too, though. I like David though. If I had to go cheap, I'd probably bring in David.
Yeah. I mean, there's some good linebackers in this year's free agency, bro. And if we get,
I like Willie Gay too, though. But I think they kind of use him on the hybrid type role or something. I ain't sure though.
I gotta go look at his alignment snaps and stuff.
Spags be blitzing them boys, so it'd be kind of hard.
It's hard to keep up. He might line up here, but he might not even be doing those duties. He might just be over there to get the pressure.
Spags be blitzing his second level. He don't mind.
I think Willie Gay played.
I don't think he played.
He's on the field celebrating. And
okay.
He number 50. So I gotta see his snap count and stuff. I know he was hurt the other playoff game.
Yeah, that's what I knew. He was hurt.
Yeah, he was hurt.
Came back and probably was on the snap count or something.
Ain't no telling. Let me see what this boy lines up at. Let me see. I'm trying to find the snap count real quick. Y'all bear with me. I can freestyle on this shit though.
Goose Blitzen said, "What centers out there?" I'm gonna tell you right now, if there's a center out there, he probably ain't like that. Offensive line help, man, it's rare. It's rare to stumble upon some good players. We let go some decent players, and that was pretty strange though. Like, some people looking at that like, hey, they tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, players that we didn't like, they didn't last 1 second on the market. Like, we didn't like Connor Williams like that. That boy got signed before he walked out the building good.
And speaking of Connor Williams, he's probably the best available center right now. Because remember, he changed.
Play cornerback then.
Remember, he changed positions and he went over there and flourished.
Would he be better than Tyler Biadasz?
Of course, at center, yeah. Because he played better at center.
Okay, I hope so. Well, let's see. Go bring. Hey, you might be able to sway Tyler. Cornerback then.
I mean,
that's a good idea actually. If he playing good at center, shit, we might need to have a conversation. Cause I don't even look at free agency when it comes to them linemen like that. It's tough trying to find good old line help. So people don't even play with their old line. Like, they like, no, we signing them. Like,
I know.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even get a chance to lead the dough, bro. Like, yeah.
Just like Trent Williams, that was a peculiar situation. That don't never happen. Do it.
Nah, and it shouldn't
That
happen.
don't never happen. Yeah.
And it shouldn't happen because, these guys are too damn good. Like, Trent Williams is a Hall of Famer. Like, really, he's so good that they get away without having any other good offensive lineman. They just be moving him around. Like, yeah, you're going to go motion over there and hit him in the mouth. We're going to have you pull this way. We're going to run behind you. Like,
Didn't we sign La'el Collins back?
Yes.
I forgot about that.
I don't know.
He didn't even play, did he?
He didn't get opportunity. We remember he came in to ramp up. We got bounced in the first round. We thought we'd have more time to get him acclimated. He been out of football.
I wonder is he gonna stay?
I don't know. I gotta see if he signed a future deal or not.
I thought about that. I just thought about that. I forgot we re-signed him this year. We ain't even do nothing.
Yeah, it said Connor was an all-pro before he got hurt. Yep. Yeah, Connor been having a great career since leaving Dallas like everybody else does. Just leave and just be living their best life. Really, Connor Williams not being available for the Chiefs is for the Dolphins, one of the things that hurt them this season. All right, so Collins is going to be a free agent that we'll have to sign back. So I think his contract expired. We just signed him for the rest of this last season.
Oh, okay. So he probably move on.
It just depends on his market. If people are checking for him, then he might not be back. If he wants to stay in Dallas, try and reestablish his career because it's been very up and down since he left, partly due to injury. Then I wouldn't.
That says a lot too, though. That man had a bad hip leaving Dallas and went to another team, got thrown away. And we still signed him back.
Yeah, like
that says a lot.
Make it work. We might be able to make it work. I mean, dog.
O-line help is rare, bro.
We signed a 40-year-old tackle.
Sure did last year.
Yeah, we signed
we signed him off the couch, didn't it?
Man, basically.
That's crazy. That just lets you know how vital offensive line help is and how rare it is to find, especially in free agency. Like, you will have to really be in your scout bag to find an uncut gem out here. Just like Chuma Edoga, we signed him. Like, we need help. Like, O-line is rare, y'all. Like, who lining up to sign Chuma Edoga? He played some decent guard for you, but at tackle, nah.
Yeah, Chuma Edoga, we have to rethink that shit. We got to
signing anybody. Like, we need help.
Yeah, we need to pray.
Now let's talk about that though. How dire is the help we need on offensive line?
It depends on what position you're talking about.
Let's just talk about the whole thing real quick.
I think you need to draft a tackle, fairly high, maybe a second round.
Oh, yeah. So how you feeling about Awesome?
What am I supposed to feel about him? I ain't seen him. I'm just saying he is a fifth round.
I was really speaking on our depth. So yeah, that you on the right track. Yeah,
that's the point I'm trying to get at.
Like, I like Bass, like we both like TJ Bass.
Yeah, but I've seen TJ Bass, so I feel comfortable with TJ Bass.
I like Hoffman too. Was Hoffman at center?
He was center.
Man, hey, we might need to start a campaign for Hoffman. Now, it was a small sample size. Let me go find some more Hoffman, bro. Because on my life, I love what I seen from Brock Hoffman. No lie. He had a nasty streak about him, bro. A mean streak. He was balling out when he got his opportunity. So let me go see, because I sure take him over Tyler. That you remember we had a small sample size. What, that was against Washington?
Washington, yes.
That's when the run game was working.
It was. They were.
And I was like, I didn't want to get too excited about the run game because I knew that wasn't our real line. So I'm like, yeah, we ran well, but them two young guys won't be in there. We had TJ Bass and Hoffman in there. But I was like, let me hold my horses because we don't know if that's going to carry over, because that ain't going to be the same line.
And it definitely did not carry over. Now we actually just sit here talking about it.
Exactly.
But listen, I like TJ Bass, man. I think that he has the skill set to be a starter in the National Football League. The reason that he wasn't as high for a lot of folks is that he lacked the footwork and athleticism to play tackle like he did in college.
Oh, they said Hoffman plays guard that game. Okay.
Who played center then? Because Tyler
Who played center? Because Biotis was out. It went Bass.
He said center. He said Hoffman played center / guard.
I thought he did, but Joseph Sandberg saying he didn't. He's saying he just played guard. That I don't remember. I think he played some center though. I gotta go back and look.
Yeah, I think Biotis was out.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we was missing Biotis and Tyler Smith missed that game too, didn't it?
Oh, Biotis. They said Biotis played.
Oh, okay. It was Tyron and
Tyler. I think Tyler and Zach were out.
Yeah. Okay.
Zach was sick, and then we knew that Tyler Smith had to have surgery or some shit.
Tyrone Church say Hoffman played center. We got to go back and revisit that game. I don't even remember. Well, we can pull it up. We can pull up what they did on PFF though.
Yeah, we can pull the shit up.
We can pull up and see where he was. You finna look?
I'm finna look right now.
Okay, cause we gotta see. Cause if he was playing center at that level, cause I love what I seen from him. That boy was blocking through the whistle. He pushing folks down. He going aggressive. Hey, I liked it. I was very impressed by them young players, by Bass and Hoffman that game.
Hold on now, they tweaking. I know I seen this nigga play. PFF's tweaking right now. It said Brock Hoffman has 0 snaps. I seen the nigga play.
Yeah, that ain't true.
I know it's not true.
Seen them blocking folks all through the end zone and stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Hold on.
Yeah, they talking about.
I don't know what PFF got going. I seen the man. They ain't just finna lie to me like I ain't seen him.
Like we crazy or something.
Yeah, like what's wrong with y'all? I seen him play. Now they trying to show me some NCAA stuff. NFL 2023.
Let me see if I can do mine too.
Okay.
Yeah, I see it. Washington right here. He had yeah. He didn't grade out well, but he still played good. I seen him play good.
They said they got a listed as position right guard here, but I got to look at the snap count. So let me click on this. Snaps by position. Well, that still don't fucking help. It just shows offensive line. Okay, they said that Hoffman started center against the Cards. Pollard had 122 rushing yards. Which he did. 81 snaps at center. And he graded out as of 75.9 in that Arizona game in pass blocking. So that's cool.
He didn't grade out that well, but I like what I seen. You know, like we said, you can't really trust these grades. Mm-hmm. But I like what I was seeing.
I seen him win, so that's all that matters.
Yeah. And look, he had a decent grade against San Francisco. And then, which one you think is more likely? Shit.
What's up, Clifford Smith? Thank you for tapping in with us.
Which one more likely to you? Shit. I might. What he doing playing against San Francisco? That must have been when we was getting whooped, and he played in what you call it. That's probably what it was.
Yeah. I agree with that.
He actually got a lot of snaps, not a lot of snaps, but he played in a lot of games because they was either we was getting blown out or we was blowing people out. That's all the games you see. Mm-hmm. We blew out the Giants. Arizona kind of blew us out. New England, we blew them out. San Francisco blew us out. The Rams, we blew them out. The Giants, we blew them out. Carolina, we blew them out. Washington, we blew them out. So, yeah, he played in all the blowouts.
Well, that's all that matters. He got snaps, right? That's all that matters. Experience is experience, regardless of what happened.
Absolutely.
So he played real NFL snaps against
when blowing them out, they still got some starters out there.
Most you know time, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hey, we be giving people credit for playing against Milkman, so we can give him credit for playing cleanup snaps. So yeah, it's Gucci. And he's like he said, he started in the Cardinals game because everybody was out that game.
Yeah.
And Tony Pollard did have his only 100 rushing game of the season when Brock Hoffman was playing center that game. I don't know if that is what you call coincidental, but it is factual. Said, what's the plan for Lance? Nothing. He's currently your third string quarterback. You're either going to get rid of Cooper Rush, or he's going to still be your third string quarterback. I don't really think about making plans for backups. You're looking at something and you're looking crazy. What you got going on, boy?
People messing with me, man. You good, though.
Oh, okay. He said, ask D-Law how they was burnt out when they didn't play 7 fourth quarters. You asked the man. I don't know that man. I don't know that man. I have no way to contact the
try to leave us alone, man. Leave us alone, Trey.
He ain't let that shit go yet, has
he? Try to leave us alone. That boy that made me so bad. That boy said, he had the BOG, #BOG, burnout gang. He getting on my nerves, bro. Leave me alone, man. Leave us alone. Bro.
You actually gave up a 4th round pick for him, but that's still egregious when you think about all the good players you got in the 4th round. Your starting quarterback was a 4th round pick. Tony Pollard was a 4th round pick. Dalton Schultz was a 4th round pick. Jake Ferguson was a 4th round pick. Tyler Biadasz was a 4th round pick. Do you find good ass players in the 4th round? That's just your pedigree. Like, I don't know what it is about the 2nd round, but the 4th round, y'all be going crazy. And y'all gave a 4th round pick away. So I don't know how to feel about that.
And it was so random. It pisses you off when it's something that you don't need, when you could have did something else with it.
Yep. Y'all up here writing soliloquies to the Quincy. You know that man ain't got no damn sense.
You adding the Quincy Dwight Burrow. Hey, everybody, let's pray for him, cause
you finna run your blood pressure up worrying about the Quincy.
You talking to a brick wall, that boy stern on it, but he stand on it.
The Quincy can watch Dak Prescott cure cancer and tell you he ain't shit. So don't worry about it, bro.
That boy stand on it.
I'm sick of this man. Yeah, all right, the Quincy. We'll see tomorrow. He gonna be back at the same time with the same opening statements. Dak Prescott ain't shit.
Facts.
Shout out to Texas D903 with the $5 super chat on your end. He said He said that game yesterday was a defensive masterclass. Hell yeah. They held their nuts out there, man.
Listen, I'm an offensive guy, y'all. This pains me to see this, but it's the truth. Like, defense wins championships, bro. Like, it gives the offense another chance and another chance and another chance. That's what it look like from everybody else's perspective, right?
Yep. And I know you can barely see this shit right up here, but this is the...
Oh, I can't see with the glasses on.
I know, Stevie. I know. But,
you know what I'm saying?
But I just brought this up. This is the Super Bowl winners all time, where they ranked offensively and where they ranked defensively. Guess how many bottom tier defenses won? Just take a while.
Say that one more time.
I said, guess how many bottom tier defenses won Super Bowls?
Not many, I guarantee you that.
Not many at all. So let me pull it up on my phone so I can read it to you, because I am also blind.
Even though our defense wasn't a bottom tier defense, but they played like one. So let's make sure we reiterate on that. Yes. They played like one. They didn't play nowhere near the caliber that they should have played.
Yes, they played like a bottom tier defense. Now, are they a bottom tier defense? They shouldn't be, but we also got to remember that our numbers are inflated because we only allowed 11 points per game against losing teams, and we allowed their 30 against teams with winning records. So, on paper, they weren't a bottom tier team, but when you actually go into the deep minutia of when they put up these great defensive statistics, you got the calling cards of a below average defense.
Is that Sway, man? something like that. He says Colts, Saints, and Giants were bad ranked defenses.
And
I
those
know
are the
one
three.
thing about the Giants, though. The Giants' defensive line was something. It was something else. I don't know about
They
that.
came alive.
Yeah, their defensive line was one of the best we done seen.
Yeah, and remember, there's always going to be an exception to the rule. There's going to be like 3 or 4 of these teams in the bottom 20 percentile that won Super Bowls. But most of these guys, you can look on here, top 7 ranks, first rank, second rank.
Why Trey always piss me off with his comments? Damn, Trey.
What Trey say?
We love you, but you be, I don't know. It's something about your comments that be. They said we was bottom tier the last 7 games of the season. Now think about this though. To me, it kind of aligned with what? Around the time that Dan Quinn started heating up for them interviews. Man, don't make me, hey, he probably started getting calls like, hey, Dan, they talking about they might want to be interested in you. They might be interested in you. And now he's sitting up here playing the field and not playing the field that he supposed to be playing.
That's why I think.
I don't know about that, bro. The last 7 games, I wonder, we got to figure out when can they start contacting these coaches. I want to see that and see if that align. If them 2 things align, bro, I'm gonna be very upset.
You calling sabotage? And no,
I'm gonna be very upset, bro. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
And no, Craig, we have not officially signed Mike Zimmer. That's why the Rex Ryan stuff is sort of heating up. Cause
y'all, what if we sit up here and look this up, and that timeline is, lined up together?
I mean, I don't know. It might be feasible. It might not. We'll have to figure that shit out.
Bro, I'd be sick.
So point being, man, there's not a lot of defenses that were in the bottom percentile that won. And the Dallas Cowboys, as he mentioned, were the 26th ranked defense going to the playoffs over the course of the last 7 games.
So I ain't gonna lie, I ain't even gonna count the Giants one though, because I know what their defensive line was. Their defensive line was wreaking havoc on everybody.
They came alive at the end of the season.
Yeah, at the end of the season, then nobody want to play that D line. Nobody. Michael Strahan, also Human Euro. What the other dude? They had a whole cast of dudes over there, and all of them was going crazy.
Paul.
Jason Pierre-Paul, them boys were going crazy. Was Michael Bennett on that team?
I don't remember.
Man, them boys had a full cast. I promise you. Their defensive line was going crazy that year. They was terrorizing quarterbacks. So I ain't even gonna say just they the inverse of us. They wasn't good throughout the year, but in the playoffs they turned up. We was the opposite.
Yeah. Coughlin had them boys.
Them boys had a cast, boy. I'm telling you, them boys weren't playing. So I ain't even gonna count that Giants one because I know what they did. I seen what they did.
All right, and
so who the other 2 teams were?
The Giants were on there twice because they did it.
Nope. So it's one team to me.
The Saints, but they were a bottom tier scoring defense, but I think they led the league in turnovers.
That's a one team. That's nope. That's one team to me. Then one team did it.
Colts.
Oh, the Colts and the Saints.
The Colts and the Saints, because the Saints were the scoring defenses. The Saints were like the number 1 turnover defense, and they carried that into the playoffs.
So that matters though. So that even though they didn't grade out well or they went on top defense, they still was getting turnovers.
They had
in the playoffs.
They had something they were good at still.
Yeah. So I don't know if you count that one, but I give y'all them two teams. 2 teams.
Yeah, in the bottom tier, like that being some okay defenses that were exceptional. Like the 12th ranked defense can win, but you're not too off for being in the top 10, right? You know what I mean? Like mostly top 10 defenses win. Middle of the pack defense can get it done. You just can't be a bad defense.
Yeah, that D line for the Giants won them Super Bowls. Eli came up with some clutch moments at the end though, but I'm telling you, them boys were terrorizing stuff.
What's up with you, Michael McQuay? Thank you for tapping in. And hey, man, we is 173 deep in the liquor store and in the trap. So I need us to have at least 173 likes on all platforms. I need
On
100.
both channels.
Yeah, I need 100.
Both
I need 173 likes in the trap. I need
Slide over there.
173.
Slide to the left. Slide to the right.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
I need 173 likes in the liquor store. I need us to run it up, man. Let's run it up.
Let's do it.
Indeed, man. So let's see, man. I think I got some more stuff on the itinerary. I do believe my boy Rico said hit that like button for the boys here in LandLord Cowboy Nation. Salute, salute, salute.
Absolutely.
Hey, so this shit scared me because this is an article by Ari Mefav, some dude that be covering sports. Like he's reputable. Ultimately, there is no clear indication the Cowboys have made a seismic shift in the draft first philosophy by which they've long constructed their roster. As last March showed, the mindset does allow space for veteran acquisitions such as cornerback Stephon Gilmore and wide receiver Brandon Cooks via trade. Anyone hanging on to Jerry Jones all in, they put the commas around it, all in comments may consider loosening that grip. So they're trying to say that all in it was some bullshit. They don't expect
like that.
They don't expect the Dallas Cowboys to actually do the things that they claimed that they was going to do. And when you think about it and you use the context clues, they probably right. What did they say about the running back position? Did they not say
conservative approach?
Conservative approach at running back.
No. Cost conservative
approach at the running back position, right?
That's like what I'm preaching this year, to what I'm preaching in 2024 when I said we need more in 2024, the vibes I'm on, that's like I'm allergic to that statement. Like I absolutely hate that statement. I just said on Twitter, bro, give me Chris Jones and I don't want to hear about no money, bro. If he don't re-sign the KC, bro, I don't care about no money. Like don't bring up no money. Go get you some football players, bro. We know the cap is fake. You can manipulate it however you want it to. Go get us some players, man.
Man, listen, how you gonna go cheap at a position that's already cheap? Because the running back market has already been suppressed as much as you can suppress it. You have already made it to where these other top running back have to restructure their deals to keep their jobs.
Like you gonna splurge on another position.
What they wish they won't.
Yeah, right.
Like linebacker is not a super high position either. The highest paid linebacker only makes $20 million a year. So it's not really a super expensive position in any way. Safeties do not make a bunch of money in regards to their own market. So pretty much you can go out there and sign what you want. Defensive tackles that don't get sacks do not get a bunch of money. So why are we talking about being cost efficient where the positions of need for the Dallas Cowboys to be a more competitive team or not even costly?
I don't want to hear about no damn money here.
Hear me out, man. Cool, let me finish, because the Dallas Cowboys got y'all out here saying stupid shit. They got these folks out here saying stupid shit. They up here talking about, and I seen the boy Marcus Mosher. He said the Dallas Cowboys are on the hook for $6 million in dead money for Ezekiel Elliott, so they can't go into the running back position. And I responded. I said, nigga, they can clear $60 million in cap space. And we here talking about $6 million for a running back. And that's why I be saying there are certain people out there as reporters who are mouthpieces for the Dallas Cowboys front office. Marcus Mosher is one of them. David Moore is one of them. I'm going to put a name on it. Just so y'all know. Just so you know, when you see these drop these little bullshit articles about this and that, they are speaking for the front office, because they get bird fed this little bit of information. They can call themselves insiders, and they can keep a good relationship for the Dallas Cowboys. And they can continue to get bird fed that little bit of information that make their careers. But we already know, even the damn Dallas Cowboys radio has called David Moore out about being a mouthpiece for the front office. Like 105.3 The Fan has called them out about being mouthpieces for the Dallas Cowboys front office. So when they report things like that, when they say, hey, the Dallas Cowboys are probably going to go cost efficient, when the Dallas Cowboys say, hey, man, you can throttle back on the all-in stuff, they probably going to do this. Matter of fact, they were some of the people that talked about Dan Quinn coming back if he didn't get a job. They were trying to lighten the blow for the Dallas Cowboys fan base for when he came back and they went to me with open arms. And remember, it took 2 people withdrawing their name for coaching candidacy for Dan Quinn to not be back in Dallas. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is when these people talk and they say the things that they say, you need to listen because they out here trying to put you on game what the damn Dallas Cowboys are planning to do. So they are not finna go out there and do the thing that we said they need to do to be successful this year. They already pretty much said that. But to talk about being cost conservative at the damn running back position, with the talk about possibly having these other situations where you don't give Dak Prescott an extension, right? With all that other talk out there, there's not made up bullshit. They are speaking and helping the front office negotiate through the media as they always do.
They testing the waters through them. You know what I'm saying? They trying to see what the reaction gonna be. Let me see what they'll say if we do this. Let's put it out there and see what the reaction is. You know what I'm saying? They testing the waters.
Exactly. He owns the media, using them to spit out their narratives. That's exactly what it is. Because when you've been in the game as long as Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones has, and you got the kind of pull and the kind of power that they have, y'all can talk to these dudes. Y'all can get in good with these media people. You can make friends with them. You can help them along in their careers. And when you need to get some information out, all you got to do is come to them and tell them, hey, report this.
That's why y'all gotta love your content creators. Because some of us. I can't speak for everybody. Because we ain't paid by them boys. You think I'd be up here saying the stuff I say?
Mm-mm.
I'm not getting paid by them boys. I get paid by y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to hold my tongue. I'm gonna tell you the truth. He ain't gonna tell you the truth. The people that we associate with, we gonna tell you the truth. Whether you like it or not, we gonna keep it real with you, man. So that's why we appreciate y'all helping us grow this platform so we can have the freedom to speak the way we speak. We'll have to go sell out to be on that other side. And I would never do that. I put this mic down before I do that.
My boy said, my opinion, if they started to go all in, they should have gotten Henry ahead of playoffs. I bet he would have ran like he just came in the league at his best seasons. DC for life, get him that far, I'm pretty sure. He said, holding on to cap money will never make sense to me because Jerry and Steven can't even touch that money, so why not just spend it? And remember, there is also a certain amount of money that each team has to spend regardless of what they do, because you can't continue to roll money into the next fiscal season. So there's a set number of cap that you have to spend any damn way. So it's being extra frivolous with cap space does not help the Dallas Cowboys any goddamn way. Right, because you're gonna lose most of it any damn way when it rolls over. So my point being is, why are we trying to be so cheap? What are you trying to save up for? Why do you care about the 2030 cap? Why do you care, about any of this stuff?
I just said I don't give a damn about 2028, man. Not at all.
He said, B. Fatty said, when Mahomes was born, the doctor told his parents, congratulations. This is a legend. Hey, that's hard.
That's right.
Shout out to B. Fatty, man. Hey, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback of this generation. Can we stop comparing any quarterback to Patrick Mahomes? Leave Josh Allen as where he at. He ain't Patty. Leave Joe Burrow where he at. He ain't Patty. Leave Lamar Jackson where he at. He ain't Patty. It is what it is. Like, they are not on the level of Patrick Mahomes, and that's okay. You can still win with them.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I told you, Pat Mahomes did me kind of like Brady did me. Because I look at Brady like Brady ain't just the most physically imposing or physically gifted quarterback. So it's like, he great, but is it the system? Is it this or that? Is it this or that? But it's like, nah, that man is great, bro. He keep doing it. After he keep doing it, what you gonna say? Like, then he move and go to another team and do it. It's just like, bro, he the go, bro. Like, you just, after they keep beating your head in, you will be delusional to keep denying it. And that's what we see from Pat time and time again. I had to give my homeboy his props, bro. He started rocking with Pat before he started, like, the first year he started. The first year he started, he was rocking with Pat. And that before he did anything, though. So I give him a little credit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This is when Pat first got there. And if you think about it, man, this dude ain't did nothing but great stuff. the three championships that he won them in all different three ways. He won the first one. The offense was the catalyst, really, with Tyreek Hill and them. Everybody was talking about how dynamic their offense was. That offense pretty much did it, throughout the way. I know the defense stood up in the playoffs and stuff, but I give that offensive a touch. I mean, I say the offense kind of led them that year. The second year, this man did it with no receivers for real, bro. This man had no receivers. He did it without Tyreek Hill. So if we said, okay, it's Tyreek Hill, that's why they doing it. It's Tyreek Hill and Kelsey. They got all these weapons. That's why Pat Mahomes like that. No, they took Tyreek Hill, and this man went the next year and won a Super Bowl, y'all. The very next year? That's crazy. That is crazy. Then they took the stuff they got from Tyreek Hill and boosted up this defense. That's why they got 2 first-round corners and stuff. So that's the second way. The first way, he had all the receivers and the weapons. The second way, he had no receivers and no weapons and still won. Then now, he go and do this on the road, y'all?
Yeah.
Man, listen here, man. It ain't no denying this boy greatness. The boy is great. Let's just give him his respect, nod our heads, tip our hat, and just hope we can get somebody that's anywhere close to that. So that's all. I just made my case. I seen this boy do it in 3 different ways. The first narrative, they said he couldn't do it on the road. This boy went and won the Super Bowl on the road.
Yep. And listen, man, Patrick Mahomes has won in every way, but that is another conversation to have. Do you think Patrick Mahomes will be successful in Dallas had he been drafted to the Dallas Cowboys? With Jason Garrett,
it would have been a tall task. Look, the situation helps, of course.
With Jason Garrett as his guy, and Kellen Moore as his play caller, and Jerry Jones and these cheap motherfuckers as
I don't know though. Pat and Zeke might have won that bit though.
By the time Zeke got
Pat and Zeke might have won that bit in 2016, bro. I don't know.
He didn't get drafted in 2016.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you just said if he was Dak, basically.
No, I was talking about coming in 2017.
Oh, okay.
To this team, because you got to remember 2017, he didn't start, so I can't even tell you how good he would have been his rookie year. And then in 2017, that when Zeke was suspended for half the goddamn season.
You said you disagree with what? No weapons? Shit, last year who he had at wide receiver? He had Kelsey. But his receiving core was in shambles last year.
They had
Juju.
TikTok master.
Is that a B receiver or what? What he do this year?
He played for the Patriots with your boy, so he didn't do shit.
Don't be like that. But
I'm just saying,
is he a A or a B receiver?
He'll be a receiver.
He did it with most, and a B might be being generous.
It's being generous, but he would have had 1,000 yards had he not missed a game.
When I said no, I didn't say no weapons. I said no receivers. I meant to say no receivers if I said no weapons, because he still got the greatest. He got probably the greatest tight end in football over there still, but he had no receivers, bro. He had a team of B receivers. They went receiver by committee, so that's what I was meaning. So hey, it is what it is. I feel like he did. I just made my case for why I can't say nothing about the man no more.
I mean, nobody is ever going to disregard Patrick Mahomes as being that dude no more. You know what I mean? Because he won with wide receiver by committee, and that we know from experience that shit is damn near impossible.
I don't think you could debate it.
Yeah, he said some B's and some C's along with Travis Kelce. So yeah, like he didn't have a great receiving core
at all. And he still won the Super Bowl. He didn't go far. He won the Super Bowl. You see what I'm saying? Like, he won that much. And this is the year that he just got rid of Tyreek Hill. He just got rid of the best receiver in football down there. And he go back the next year and win the Super Bowl?
No, I need you to clean that up. He got rid of Tyreek Hill and won back-to-back championships.
That's a cold boy there. That boy cold. That boy cold. Listen, bro, we got rid of Amari. We was in shambles. Just imagine losing Tyreek Hill. Everybody predicted Pat was gonna drop off a cliff after that. Not saying that he was gonna be trash, but we were like, he ain't gonna be the same. And them boys wasn't the same, but they still won the way they won.
Hey, you know what else helps them though in terms of that?
What?
Playing in that division.
What you mean by that?
You gotta also remember this. 10 wins that division every time around. So even them taking a step back this year, they were only 10-6 in the final game of the season when Patrick Mahomes and them set out. Playing in our division, you need 12, 13 wins to win the damn division. So even if they take a step back, we seen that Justin Herbert ain't fucking with them. We seen the Raiders don't know what the hell they doing. Broncos ain't got they shit together.
I give you that, but you gotta look at them little wins. They helped them. But
I'm also talking about like last year we went on the road as a 12 win team, and they at least had one home playoff game to get them over the hump. Can we say for certain if they played that game in Miami, it would have went the same way as a starter? We know what Miami and Tua can do in sunny Miami.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing I'm saying. Like, you at least get one playoff game a year over there. Like, the last time that we even won a playoff game, we went on the road.
Damn, I forgot they lost Airbnb too.
Lost
them boys still won the Super Bowl. Like, man, y'all better quit playing with man. Look, I never say nothing crazy about Pat no more, bro. I'm sorry. Hey, you call me what you want.
Nobody's saying anything.
I ain't saying nothing crazy about Pat no more, bro. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm just talking in general how they deal is set up. Because they can afford to figure their shit out as the season goes on.
Them boys got rid of they offensive coordinator and still won the Super Bowl.
That's what I'm saying though. Like they have leeway to figure shit out because their division is awful. The issue is the Dallas Cowboys division has also been awful at points. We haven't taken advantage of it.
I was just about to say we done had some opportune moments
we've had some opportunities and we didn't take care of it. But I'm just talking about their setup year in and year out. There's never been a year where anybody in their division's been good.
Yeah, it been the Eagles just got good though. Our division been kind of terrible though.
I ain't gonna say all that. We had the best division in 2016.
I'm talking about like, but we count all of them as dubs though. Like even though they might not be the worst team, we counted them as dubs on the schedule, bro. Like let's be real.
We count
that was what 6 wins a year.
We count them. Just because we count them as dubs don't mean they're not quality teams.
Washington been the worst.
Washington is probably the only team. And even in 2016, they had a winning record.
Since we had Dak, the Giants been the worst.
Have they?
They've been terrible.
They made the playoffs 2 times since Dak Prescott's been here.
You know that was fraudulent.
Not in his rookie year.
Last year, I'm talking about.
So the year before, maybe. But you also got to think about it though. Reverse that. They were a 9-18. If we had lost to the Giants, what are they? An 11-win team?
True.
Like the difference between them being a good team and
was
being a bad team.
Okay, yeah. See, look, I don't argue for no reason. If you give me a good point, I'm gonna be like, okay, yeah, you're right about that.
Jarek Hyde said, "What's y'all boys' cash apps?" My cash
right here
app
at the bottom of the screen, right here.
Yeah, mine is $Henry the Moore. His is $LandLord 723.
Absolutely, but yeah, that's a good. See, that's why I look. You'll never catch me up here debating for something that don't make sense. That was a good case he made, and I'm like, yeah, okay, you're right. You know what I'm saying?
I do the same thing.
That.
I do the same thing with LandLord.
Simple as that. He right. He said, hey, the difference from them being a good team was the Cowboys, and when you put it that way, he's like, yeah, they could have been a double-digit winning team then.
And you got to remember, like, that game on Thanksgiving was not nip and tuck.
It wasn't though. It wasn't.
Yeah, my boy said I usually say we go 5-1 in the division because last game we play is always a division game, and most times it don't matter, which is also true.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, so we ain't gonna say that the division was absolutely horrible, bubble dub trash. We ain't gonna say that, but we could say this though. We looked at them like dubs. And that right there means that they couldn't be that great though. Like, can we agree right there? Can we find a middle ground?
Yeah, and I'm gonna say it like this: the Dallas Cowboys are too good because we always think that we usually have talent. We got the better quarterback usually. We got the better wide receiver. Most of the time before this year, we felt that we had the better defense.
True.
So like usually when we go into these battles with these divisional rivals, we feel like we're better. So we always feel like we'll beat them. And the issue is like we're good enough to beat the shit out of them in the East, and then we turn around and we get folded by the other division winners or these other guys in these other NFC in the NFC. So it's just weird. He said, what you learned from Chiefs, Alex wasn't reason they lost in playoffs, but he wasn't reason they won. They upgraded the most important position. They didn't settle and blame everyone and anything else. That's true. But you also got to remember, you don't just look into a Patrick Mahomes. Because other teams tried the same thing. Like they did the same thing with the Chargers. They thought Drew Brees wasn't him, and they moved on to Phillip Rivers. And we saw how that shit turned out. Another team got a future Hall of Fame quarterback, and they didn't really upgrade their position. You could say the same thing with the Buffalo Bills. They felt they didn't have the quarterback in place. They found them a quarterback, and they still can't get over the hump. So I understand what you're saying. Like you can swap out a quarterback and try. But the thing is, swapping out a quarterback, you gotta for sure find somebody you believe has more talent and more upside in the quarterback that you brought in. Also, Alex Smith was in year 12 when they moved on from him. It wasn't like they moved on from Alex Smith before a decade in the league. Alex Smith had already been on 2 teams, had already tried. They already knew what Alex Smith was. And Alex Smith was not an all-pro quarterback. Let's throw that out there. Alex Smith made 3 Pro Bowls. Dak made 3 Pro Bowls, but Dak Prescott also led the league in touchdown passes and was an all-pro quarterback. So if you're going to move on from Dak Prescott, which is fine, find me somebody that has a way higher upside, and then also find me a way that Dallas Cowboys can get them without gutting their team.
Wait one gosh darn minute. I just got an email that says I just reached 1 million views on my channel. That's what's up.
Hey, shout out to LandLord,
That's
man.
what's up,
My
man.
boy got 1 million views on them boys, man.
Got 1 million views on the channel, man. Thanks to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Darn, that's to see that M on there. That's different though. I ain't gonna cap. Like I look at most of it just numbers, you know what I'm saying? But when you see that many digits on that thing, it hit a little different, man.
It hit different.
It hit a little different, man. I appreciate y'all for all the support over the years, man. That's crazy. Wow.
Let me see.
Yeah, that's wild.
He said, do y'all agree with Law saying they was tired because Gilmore's cook said no such thing? You know what we said. Matter of fact, you might have been here on the show, but we didn't agree with that.
Yeah, we had a good discussion on that too. Cause I understood, but it's like, dang, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I said it was the culture difference.
Yeah.
Cause I said them
boys ain't from here.
Yeah, you gotta remember, like both of them played under Bill Belichick at one point. Brandon Cooks played under Sean Payton. Brandon Cooks played under Sean McVay. So he done played under 3 championship coaches. I don't think that that's the standard that they would set anywhere. From that perspective. And we also know that Gilly won a championship with Bill Belichick. So I don't think they look at the shit the same way. You can't.
Yeah. They like, man, they stopped that shit so quick. Soon as they said, what do you feel about D-Law saying that you was tired? Oh, we don't know what that is. We ain't never heard of that. Like they was like, oh, we don't talk like that. You know what I'm saying?
He said he believed we change our backgrounds, we'll jump up to 10,000 subs. Well, we can't let them.
You said we too regular over here. That what you trying to say, sir?
Either that or we can't let them know we Cowboys fans. It's one of the two. Like they gonna hate us out the moment they see the background.
Yeah. Well, mysterious hat. Just wear a plain hat.
Man, ain't no telling, dog. Ain't no telling. He said the Chiefs should be only team to complain about being burnt out. I mean, listen, they done been the 4 Super Bowls in 5 years.
They play more football than everybody, and you talking about you tired. But I understood though. But it's still you shouldn't say it. Like let's say I think it was true from D-Law case, because I had to really think about it. If anybody should be tired, probably D-Law, because he the one that play in play out. But you shouldn't tell nobody that though. Keep it on the low. Tell your coaches that. Hey, y'all working me. Hey, y'all, hey. You know what I'm saying? If you go look at the film, you see what he mean. Like, bro, y'all stressing me out. We ain't got nobody else helping.
Exactly.
So if that's the case, tell that to your coaches, D-Law. Don't tell that to us. Because that
No,
sounds crazy.
Don't tell it to Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, especially. That's the last person on earth you should have said that to.
Man, facts on top of facts, dog. He said,
And then, man, by the way, that's the last person on earth Michael should have had on his show too, man. Let's just go and keep it real.
yeah.
Michael shouldn't have had that dude on his show, man. And he up there talking crazy about your teammate. Now look, bro, we ain't got. I don't got no problem with no podcast. Cause soon as I say something about a podcast, they're gonna like LandLord, hey, cause he do podcasts. I'm not talking about the podcast, man. Listen, that's what I'm saying. Don't Dak and us look at the media like a distraction, right? Athletes cut off their Twitters and stuff like that because they know it's all bull and they talking crazy to him. We know Dak can't respond because he's the Cowboys quarterback. If he say anything, it's everywhere. So why would you go and hold his hand and be a part of that? You see what I'm saying? You can talk about anything you want to talk about, but you brought him over there and now you a part of that. So now your podcast is a part of the distraction that Dak be trying to dodge. I'm not talking about his podcast in general, but I'm just saying somebody got to say this shit, bro. Like I ain't afraid, bro. I don't walk in fear. I am who I am. Some people gonna agree, some people gonna disagree. But I'm just saying this: if we look at the media like a problem, how could we not say it's a problem when our own teammates, it got people on here that's being very critical of our quarterback? I don't see how you can't. I'm just saying, man. I ain't gonna like LandLord for this. Shout out to L Professor in the building, man. I ain't seen you in a minute, my guy. What's happening? But look, they gonna try to assassinate LandLord for this. But hey, if I get taken out, I went down for the right cause. I went down for what I believed in. Know what I'm saying? I'll be a martyr in that regard because I feel like it gotta be said. You being a part of the distraction of the media, or the circus of the media, with putting Stephen A. Smith on your podcast, and then he talk crazy about your quarterback.
Hey, can I interject real quick?
I'm sorry, bro.
First and foremost, shout out to El Professor for the $15 cash app. Thank you for the love,
shout out
my brother.
To him, man.
And I agree with you, man. Because listen, I know you said a couple things to protect Dak Prescott on there, but you should not have set him up to take those shots.
Shout out to El Professor on my side too, man. We appreciate you, man. Always coming through for you, boy.
He a real one, man. Salute to El Professor.
Appreciate you.
And this the thing, though, man. Like, you put him in position to take these cheap shots at your quarterback, and you weren't really out there, standing on business like that, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have had to talk. He should have
shut that shit down ASAP.
Hey, I would have had to
talk. As soon as he got to talking crazy, boy, we would have had an argument. We would have really went viral.
Yeah, we would.
If you want to do that, we finna really go viral. You ain't finna talk about my quarterback like that.
Yeah, we had to have some real.
Talking about something. Oh, he ain't real. We know Dak Prescott ain't like that. Boy, please, we would have tore that office up.
Yeah, man, that's the thing.
So
though,
now it makes you, man. I don't care.
Yeah,
now it makes you question: are you chasing views and viral moments, or are you really down for this team, bro?
And this is the thing that
I'm gonna be the one that said, let everybody be mad at LandLord. I don't care because I love this team enough. I love this team enough, bro, because I wanted to do well, and that ain't the way that's gonna get us there, bro.
And this the thing, though, man, because there are certain people that you don't need to associate with if you really down with your player like that, man. Like I wouldn't bring nobody in that don't rock with Dak Prescott like that, man. I couldn't do no show with no Stephen A. Smith. I couldn't do no show with the weird light skinned dude that be
he
with
cool with Shady too.
Yeah, I wouldn't do no show with Shady. Like, I get it, you know what I'm saying? I get it. You're a podcaster, so you try to talk to all these people. You should be a football player and a teammate first. And that's all we saying. You should be a football player and a teammate before you're anything else. If you put yourself in awkward positions talking to these folks. Just like J. Lou had to share the shit that you let Jordan Love take those shots at your secondary. Like he said,
perfect example, and I ain't even remember that, man. That's why you gotta love him, man. Get on it, bro. Get on it, bro. Don't hold back. Get on it. Damn that, cause we don't want to be mad this time of year next year, bro. Screw that. I'm sick of being mad every off season, bro. Let's tell the truth about this team, bro. Screw that shit.
Cause listen, man, I get it. You up here asked a very football related question, but you still should have had a different response other than sure. When he was talking about he knew his wide receivers could handle your secondary. You should have said, and we went in thinking my secondary, we're going to shut y'all boys down. Y'all played a good game, whatever. But don't just let him take those shots, man. Like, yeah, man, we thought in our mind it was our bad, man. Us as the pass rush didn't do enough to help the secondary out. You should have just giggled and said, yeah, sure.
Man, Micah said, sure. Yeah, true. He said something like that. Like, yeah, true.
He said, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's what he said. He said, yeah, for sure. For sure.
For sure, our cornerbacks wouldn't be able to mess with them boys.
The no-name ass wide receivers they had, like, man, you should have took some shots too. Yeah, I didn't know none of them niggas.
Jordan Lewis said, for sure. What he said? Jordan Lewis retweeted that shit and said, for sure, with a question mark? Like,
he said,
really?
Yeah, for sure, with the question mark. Like, he said, I would have said, man, we didn't know none of them niggas, man. We just knew we were going to shut them boys down, man. Like, they surprised me. You know, I would have took some shots. You know what I'm saying? I would have took some shots. Then you just like no offense. You know, people always say no offense. They say something.
Then they offend your ass. Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to say nothing, but y'all had a DB playing linebacker. Like, yeah, he would have fucked you up too if he got a hit on you. Like, you know, you really lucky that he ain't get a chance to get off like that, man. Like, man, I would have said something crazy. I ain't just gonna sit here and take these polite ass chip shots.
He ain't doing it the right way. He ain't doing it the right way. He had Jordan Love on there too. He the big op. He just smacked you around. So you having a conversation. So what was your mindset when y'all beat the shit out of us? Well, you know what I'm saying? Like when y'all was dropping 38 on us and shit, like when y'all was scoring touchdowns on almost every drive, like what was your mindset? Like that's what you want to talk about?
Yeah, when you out here made me look bad, you know, what were you thinking about in your mind, man? Like when I was getting completely shut down as a player, as lead on this team, I was out there looking crazy. What were you thinking about?
We gotta get out of here because it's pissing me out too much, bro. I'm about to say some unforgivable things after a while. So, hey, we might have to go and wrap this up. Man, they pissing me out too much, bro.
It's good to get canceled sometimes, bro. Like, we'll come back. Y'all still gonna love us if we get canceled, right? If we get canceled, are y'all still gonna come on here?
What kind of conversation is that? Jordan Love, when you was just, you know what I'm saying, when I didn't get close to you. Look, that boy ACL said, but look, ACL had a ball on the phone now. You ain't even say it on the line.
What I said?
I'm gonna call you out. That boy had a ball on the phone. That boy said, man, in that interview is the closest Michael Parsons got to Jordan Love and that guy. That's the closest he got to him.
That was the closest that Michael Parsons got to Jordan Love the entire time. He didn't lay a
finger on that man. And then now you up here having a discussion about how they whooped y'all tail, man. Where's your... I thought he learned last year. Hen. You remember he said, oh, now it's personal? Man, Debo and them said, boy, man, we gotta get some more dog in us, bro. We gotta change this culture, bro.
Cause listen, man, that friendly
said, nigga, it's been smoke. What is you talking about?
Man, listen. Hear me out. That fake kumbaya shit they be doing, that shit is fake. Them niggas don't like y'all like that, bro. Y'all on TV all the time. All y'all getting money. They're being talked about without putting in half the work, half the time that these other players that been grinding and bleeding for it. They don't like y'all like that. Some of them think they better than you, Michael.
They know they better than you.
Some of them folks think they better than you. You know what I'm saying? And they don't really like that. They don't like that. Jordan Love, them don't like the fact that all you hear about is the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott and them. Like they want to have that acclaim and shit.
They don't view you like that. They didn't even vote you in.
Man, yeah, the players didn't even vote you in,
dog. They
didn't
even vote for you.
The players didn't vote for you as an All-Pro, man. They up here, they got hate in their heart for you, man. They just don't speak on it. They see you, Micah. They say, "What's up, man? We love you, we respect you." And then when it comes down to actually show you some love and do all this other stuff, man, like they ain't rocking with you like that.
And I already know what they gonna say. Oh, them broke podcasters and they this and that. Bro, we don't care nothing about the money that we talking about. We talking about this team and what's gonna make you successful. Quit being so friendly with these dudes, man. If they don't got a star on their helmet, bro, and I know you got friends you grew up with, you might have played with, do all that in another time. But bro, when you on that field and that gridiron, bro, it's a war. It's a war. And you gotta wear that mentality day in and day out, bro. You can't look. Even the greats can't turn it on and off. That's why you think the greatest players be psychotic, bro? The greatest players be crazy. They be always crazy. They don't be just crazy on the field. Them boys be crazy all the time. Like Tom Brady, they probably hate Tom Brady. He's probably a psychotic person. Like
he is. That's why they call him Psycho Tom.
Kobe was a psycho person for basketball. It takes greatness to be like that, bro. Then nobody like Michael Jordan.
Not even his teammates.
Nobody want to play with him. This man crazy. I can't do nothing but play basketball around him. Like, who like that? Like, bro, you gotta be crazy about this, man. This is different. If you want to be great, one of the greatest of the great, you gotta be crazy about this, bro. Man. Like, yeah, Lawrence Taylor, LT, them boys was crazy about their sport. They was crazy about their craft.
Also, shout out to El Professor for the $2 super on your end. He said him and China got bail money just in case.
All right, man. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Because we might need it, bro. We might need it.
We gonna need it. But that's the thing, too, though, man. Like, the Dallas Cowboys, they got to get their shit together. They talked about changing the culture, but they got to understand some of the things that are fueling the same culture that's leading to these losing, man. You got to understand, like, some of these little friendly shit that y'all doing is leading to the culture being the way that it is, man. Like, when you on that field, it's you and everybody else in a Cowboys uniform. Like, you can't be doing all this friendly jersey swapping shit with these dudes, man.
I called that out early. I ain't care. I was pissed. Hey, when you get mad, landlord, hey, good luck to you, cause you know, I forget I'm a podcaster at times. I forget I'm doing this.
We gonna get canceled.
Look, what that boy Kanye said, I'm on TV talking like it's just you and me. Cause that's who I turned into, like that type of mentality when I get mad, bro. Cause listen, it's no reason to be suppressing this stuff, bro. We gotta have these tough conversations if we want to really change this culture. Or do we want to just sit up and just say, okay, we good enough? Do we really want change? Do we really want 6? Or are we just talking like we want change and we want 6? It's a difference. Are we willing to do the things that we need to do to change this culture? Or are we just talking like it? See, where I'm from, you can talk all day, but you got to show us something. Actions speak louder than words, bro. You can say whatever you want to say. And what we've been hearing all these years, nothing but talk from our Cowboys.
Yep.
You got to show us some actions, bro.
Call that lip service.
Let me chill out, man.
I mean,
y'all got it, man.
And listen, that's why I say it starts at the top too, because when all your front office doesn't talk and they don't actually make moves, what else are the players going to do? Right? What are the players going to act like? You breed an environment where just okay is good enough, right? If you're just okay at your job, you can be a superstar in Dallas, and that's not really the case everywhere else.
Nowhere else.
Remember, we're talking about talent fallacy. We up here hyping every player that we get. And listen, part of us as fans, right? Because we be trying to be content creative. We're fans too at the end of the day. Some of the things that they do make us feel good in the time until we see that shit is fugazi. Right, cause we still got folks talk about the over and over Sean. Ain't played a lick of football. 3rd round pick out of Texas. Like he's gonna be a future all pro with the Dallas Cowboys and be the new great linebacker. Like we talk about over Sean like he's Ken Norton.
Man, ain't played it down.
Ain't made a tackle. Ain't played it down. Ain't made a tackle. We talked about, Lord forgive me, and I got nothing but love for the brother Marquise Bell. But we talked about Marquise Bell like he was finna go crazy as a safety playing linebacker, and he did good for a while. But
he
eventually
did what he can do. But exactly. It's still, this ain't nothing on the players. We shooting at the culture right now. The players ain't did nothing. It's us.
They ain't did nothing but show up, bro.
It's us and the front office and the environment that they built. That's what it is. That what I said my slogan is for this year: snobby support. We need to be snobby with our support.
It's crazy.
A whole snob. Huh?
It's crazy when you think about it. We shouldn't have to be selective with how we fan, but it's so toxic over here, man. We have no choice.
Yeah, because it's so many of our fans that even if a strong amount of them don't feel that way, they still gonna get a whole lot of support to make them feel like they make their head big and make them feel like superstars. Know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's just what we dealing with in Dallas, bro. We give them everything when they come here. As soon as they get the star on, they get their Twitter followers go up. They everything go up. Now they got a platform all of a sudden. Boom. First date.
I mean, think about it.
No shot to Jonathan Hankins, but this is a perfect example of what he said. He said his podcast wasn't doing nothing when he was a Raider. Now he said that, I heard him. I swear. He said his podcast wasn't doing nothing when he was a Raider. He said when he became a Cowboy, his shit been lit. So that's just who we are.
It's who we are. When you're the most popular franchise and most talked about franchise, you're gonna get views from the people that love you, views from the people that despise you and want to see you fail. So like you're gonna get views regardless. You're gonna get people coming onto your stream just to troll you. Just like we get people to come to this stream just to troll us. People behind fake pages, and you still get interactions. Like you still get paid for that shit. So of course, all attention on social media is good attention most of the time because the algorithm can't tell the difference. So you're gonna bubble, you're gonna boom, you're gonna grow, and that's the thing with the Dallas Cowboys. It's the same thing. If you're only an okay player in Dallas, you'll probably get paid.
Think about this: if all me and him was shooting for, I guarantee you we wouldn't be saying these things we've been saying.
Hell no.
If all we was shooting for was views, clicks, and likes and growth, and money, we wouldn't be saying this stuff. I tell you that much.
Boy, we might not ever have a relationship with players like that. We be talking.
We wouldn't be speaking truth like this. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that. This is not wait a minute. This is not an effective business strategy. We willing to sacrifice it all for this team, bro. We want to see this team win. So it's gonna be stuff that we gonna have to say. It is what it is.
Facts. And listen, for everybody that's arguing with DeQuincy in the chat box, you are fighting a losing battle. God himself could descend from heaven and tell you that Dak Prescott is not the problem in Dallas, and he is still going to argue with the Lord. Do not argue with DeQuincy. He is stuck in his ways. He is not going to listen to you. Don't argue.
I do respect that, Willie T. I respect the fact that his podcast is about the team. I'm not really shooting at his podcast. I'm just showing you how much support we get. You know what I'm saying? How much support Cowboy players get instantly. I was just making the case that he just showed you the shift that he had. When he was on one team, they weren't talking about that. When he got to this team, his numbers went through the roof. Support went up and through the roof. So yeah, I love the fact that he only talk about the Cowboys. Honestly, that's what I wish Michael would do. If we want to be real, I wish he only talked about the Cowboys. And that would be a much more peaceful podcast.
I'm also glad Dak don't come onto his podcast.
Oh, he said Dak ain't coming. I think he said that, didn't he?
He said it. Yes.
Dak said I'm not coming.
Yeah, Dak said he ain't gonna do it. He love you. He ain't gonna do it though. There are certain things, And he already be up for scrutiny and shit. So I understand why Dak Prescott be super low key. Because regardless of what you say, just like the Stephen A. Smith shit, because he was being a fucking hypocrite. He said he wanted Dak Prescott to show some emotion. But when Dak Prescott got up on the podium after the 49ers lost and dragged the referee, they crucified that man.
Joe Trent said, I don't see refs on Michael podcast. Yeah, go get some refs on there then.
Man. Yeah, go interview a couple of refs, man. Ask him, why you ain't calling holding on me, man?
You already asked somebody why they whooped your tail so bad. Ask them why you can't get a holding call, goddamn.
Yeah, you might as well. He said, I hate to say this, but I enjoyed Michael's podcast with Love on there. I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, it's probably good content.
It's good content, but we talking about what it would do for the team. That's all we concerned about. You know what I'm saying? I wish him well. I think it's entertaining too. But I'm thinking about the effects that it'll have on the team, Cowboy by nature.
Matter of fact, G-Ball, you're right. He used his platform to take shots at the referee every chance he gets. So, of course, why the hell would they start calling shit for him now? You already threw him under the bus 30 times. So they might as well double down on your ass. Like, all right, you wasn't getting no home calls. I'm going to make sure you ain't going to get no home calls now, boy.
I wouldn't dare give you a win now. You talking about every ref on a big platform?
And they're a union too. Like the refs are unionized. People don't think about that shit. Like they can get together and say fuck Michael Parsons if they want to.
Yeah, straight up they did. That's exactly what happened.
He said, I guarantee you the first ref that goes to Parsons podcast, he's throwing a flag on Parsons. I would be ready too. I would walk on that man platform and pull a flag out instantly.
Well, before I enter the room, let me go and throw this flag for you, Michael.
Hey, they start this podcast off too late. The later game, throw that mug up. We supposed to start at 12 or 12 on 2. I'm throw the flag, Michael. Yeah, I'm definitely on the side of Michael keeping his podcast. I mean, you could be on the side of him keeping it, but you got to also understand what comes with that shit.
Oh, we ain't said he shouldn't keep it. I ain't say get rid of it. We ain't say nothing like that. Now we support him getting his money and doing what he do. I just don't like the controversial stuff that's affecting the team. You know what I'm saying? Stephen A. Smith don't need no platform to talk about the Cowboys. I say that. And you knew he was going to say something about the Cowboys. And you knew he was going to take a shot at Dak Prescott. That wouldn't be nobody I bring on my show.
Mm-hmm. That's all we're saying. Be selective about who you bring on your show. You're going to have a podcast. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't bring.
If he did, we would have went viral. We would have tore the internet up if he would have said something about Dak. That's how I would have played it.
Man, real talk.
We would have tore the internet up. You want to be a podcaster, Michael? Let me show you how to do that thing. You should have brought Stephen A. on there. If he would have said something crazy about Dak, you should have turned all the way up. Your stuff would have went through the roof.
Real talk.
It's already doing well, but I promise you, it would have been doing better. They would have been like, man, you sing out. Everybody would have been talking about that.
Man, you be out here just like Shannon Sharp. Your shit be doing numbers.
Yep, straight up. He should have went left when he said something about that. And that's your teammate. I would have loved to see that.
It said, if you only care about views and likes, bring on Stephen A.
See, I'm trying not to make that case, but I just said it makes you question.
It said podcast Parsons just like his owner. Well, Jerry Jones got his own radio show, don't he?
Jerry Jones be on everybody's radio show. He do what he want to do.
We fuck around and get Jerry Jones on this radio show, on this podcast. He might do it.
Jerry might do it.
Jerry might do it.
Well, that old landlord and HTM, man, you know.
Now,
West Coast? He probably know West Coast.
At this point, he
probably know West Coast. Where's West Coast? Like that? Man. I'm probably finna get up out of this thing. I've been on here for 3 hours straight.
2 for me, so we gotta get the hell out.
Yeah, I've been on here for 3 hours straight. I hope y'all enjoyed the content. I probably pissed somebody off, I'm sure. And you know how it go.
All right, real quick. Shout out to Numbhead Neil for the $5 super. He said unnecessary bullshit, 15-minute penalty.
Shout out to Numbhead Neil out the gate, man. At the buzzer.
You
Yes,
said
sir.
when Dallas got the doors blown off of them by the 49ers is when Michael should have hung up that podcast. We need to skip the Hollywood route and get physical. That was like, dog, I don't know, man. Like that still rubs me the wrong way, thinking about how that defense played. And then thinking about Michael Parsons and his response to the "fuck Dallas" shirt. That's when he said it was smoke. Like I didn't know
It's personal.
it be all the time. All the time they done beat you up, dog. This is
Bro, Devo and them said it, bro. They was like, it's been personal. What you
like
talking about?
You are the Dallas Cowboys. We are the 49ers. We got smoke. That's like if you crippin' and you gotta ask the blood nigga if it's smoke. Like, no, we just killed your cousin.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm pretty sure they do that, but we need to make sure we what can I say? We need to make sure we stress the history of these teams to these young players, bro. Like, let them know exactly what happened, like why we hate the 49ers, exactly why we hate the Eagles. I'm sure they probably do this to a certain degree, but they need to really drive that home to some of these people. Like, for real. Because it don't seem like they do. Now, I understand you got friends and stuff on these teams, because we can't say that. You've been playing football your whole life. You got family members on some of these teams. You got close friends that you grew up with, went to college with. I understand all of that. But you just got to be able to separate the two, man.
You got to compartmentalize it.
Yeah.
Especially for the dude that you don't have a relationship with before he got to the NFL. Like, I don't think he knew Deebo Samuel or none of these dudes before then. This should be smoke any damn way. Like, you play for a rival team, and I don't get it, because they have the right energy for Philly. They have the energy for Philly. Why you can't find it? Why you can't find the energy for the 49ers? And they the one that actually the ops.
That man said F Dallas. So next year, you should know it's personal. Whenever we play them boys again, it ain't no thought about I didn't know it was personal.
I gotta get out of here before my blood pressure goes up, bro.
Yeah, man. Let's go ahead and wrap it up, man. We appreciate all the love and support. LandLord just hit that 1M, so y'all make sure y'all hit that like for your boy, man. I'm trying to turn it up, man. Let's go to 2 million.
Indeed, man. Help my boy run his numbers up, man. Help me run my numbers up. I'm trying to get to 2,000 followers. I'm at 18 something. So man, help your boy out,
run them up. Run them up. We appreciate y'all.
My boy said keep my blood pressure down. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna get out here and drink some water. You know, I'm gonna drink some water, listen to some meditation music. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and start meditating on the way out the door. I'm gonna play some of these nature sounds and shit.
We gotta get our mind out of this. We gotta keep our mind off of there.
Let me see if I can hear it.
Hear the birds chirping in it, you know.
Birds chirping.
Manifest this 6th championship, please.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Jesus, the snowman.
Jesus like to drink.
Hey, I remember when that song first came out, man. R.I.P. to my mama, bro. She had me weak. I was playing that song around now. She was like, what they say, Jesus? Jesus like smoke. I was like, no, mama, no. My mama said, what that song say? Jesus like to drink, Jesus like to smoke. I'm like, nah, mama, they're not Jesus.
GZ.
My mama finna go out, boy. Like, what the hell you listening to?
He heard that all the way, bro.
I'm like, nah, mama, not Jesus. Nah.
Oh, Lord.
But yeah, man, y'all make sure y'all hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card. I appreciate all the love and support. Make sure y'all support LandLord and HTM Sports, man. Let's get it.
Indeed. It's your boy, Henny the Moore, reporting live from the liquor store, man. Thank y'all for everything. We finna run these numbers up. We continue dropping this dope content, continue speaking the trill. And we gonna holler at y'all though, man. This the out season. Happy out season to y'all, man. We finna come on with the rest of this dope content. So rest time you see us, free agent talk, draft talk, personnel talk, and it's up from here until September.